All right, whenever you're ready, Stephanie.
Okay. So we all remember back in middle school and high school when everything used to be a competition between everyone and everything. It was a point where everyone had their main emotional tolls on everything. And there was points where we loved someone's outfit and we wanted it so bad, or we wanted to get the new latest trends, but we just couldn't afford it, or our parents just didn't want to buy it for us. And guys, how many of you get so distracted when a girl walks in with a mini skirt and a flashy top? And girls, how many of you get so distracted and get taken away from your studies when a guy walks in with an outfit that you just love? Well, someone came up with a great idea to avoid feeling this way. The creation of school uniforms is beneficial towards schools and families because it creates uniformity as well as it's less distracting, and it definitely is a great improver, and it's less expensive. And everyone wants to feel as if they belong, and they want to get along with everyone and make friends. But some people just can't afford to buy new clothes every week, and it's much of a self-esteem downer, and it's all because they can't afford those outfits. Well, with school uniforms, they definitely make everyone feel united and equal to each other, and they're able to become friends with everyone and enjoy school, and they're not worrying about being judged with their outfits that they're wearing. I have a quote from one student from Hoover Middle School. His name is Louis Rodarte, and he says that uniforms, in his opinion, are a good idea. They're cheaper than buying clothes every week, and they show school spirit. This also means we don't have to worry much about how we look, and they also seem to reduce peer problems, and people have more friends that they wouldn't normally have because of the way they dress. Lewis isn't the only one who feels that way. I also have a quote from a student from Utah. Her name is Teresa McIntyre, and she states that she remembers her sister having a pair of brand new jeans in junior high. And even though her parents couldn't afford them, they got them for her because she felt that everyone had them and she didn't want to be unpopular. And she believes that with school uniforms, parents and students feel that students are seen for who they are and not by what they wear. It's obvious to show that Teresa and Lewis have the same thoughts on school uniforms, and I'm pretty sure as well as many other students. But it's not just beneficial towards the students and their self-esteem, but it's also beneficial towards schools. Uniforms are a conservative type of clothing that all students must wear. It usually consists of collared t-shirts with khaki jeans. When a student walks in with inappropriate clothing or revealing more than necessary, it's less distracting. It's more distracting, and it draws the attention away from their classmates, from their teacher, and what they're learning, and it focuses on what the person is wearing. And because of that, it makes the students drop their grades, so their grades begin to slip. And with the use of school uniforms, it shows a new chance for improvement in grades, and it's less distracting. And I mean, although there's other distractions in class, of course, school uniforms, inappropriate clothing will not be one of those issues anymore. School uniforms are, of course. They will definitely improve grades because it's less of an issue and less of a stress when you have to wake up early in the morning and worry about what you're going to wear, what you're going to put on for the next day. And when you're doing homework and then you're thinking, oh, what am I going to wear tomorrow? What should I put on? How should I? You're trying it on to make sure it looks good because you want to impress everyone. You're given more time because you don't have to worry about that. You already know what you're going to wear, so it gives you more time to study and more time to focus on your learnings and your homework. And it's not only beneficial for schools, but it's also beneficial for your parents and their wallets. School outfits, trendy outfits, are really expensive nowadays, and it definitely is a very steep price range in your pocket. when the student we all agree that when students go back to school shopping, you're spending hundreds of dollars just on new clothes because you don't want to be seen in the same thing once again. But in reality, it definitely, with school uniforms, it definitely does save money on your parents. A collared shirt from Walmart costs $10 or less, and a pair of khaki jeans can cost $20 or less. So that definitely saves a lot of money towards your parents. I have a quote from a family action from parents, and they say that uniforms are popular with the parents. They like the overall presentation and smartness, and because they hide the income differentials as all children are just the same. And it's more comforting to know for parents that their children aren't being judged on what they wear. I have another example from a student from St. Lucy's High School. She's a personal friend of mine. Her name is Jasmine. She attended St. Lucy's for 4 years. They're required to wear uniforms 5 out of 7 days a week. And I asked her what her price range from middle school, from being able to wear whatever you want to high school was. She said in high school, because they have uniforms, she spent about maybe $400 over those 4 years. That's $100 a year just on clothing, on new clothing at least. And when it came to middle school, she said she spent about $700 to $800. Obviously, that's a big price range and a difference. So she's definitely saved a lot of money because they have school uniforms. She also said that because of the fact that you're wearing 5 days a week, you're wearing uniforms. That means you have 5 more outfits that you can create or use to go out with your friends and hang out when you don't have school. And a lot of students think that school uniforms take away their individuality and their expression of themselves, but it really doesn't. It creates equality and unity within the students, and it gives them a chance to better themselves in their school and in their grades for their future. And it also gives the parents an opportunity to save money for themselves and maybe buy something to go on a trip, or even buy new outfits for special occasions. I just believe that there's more positives for school uniforms than negatives, and it obviously shows. And I believe we should encourage school uniforms more in schools because it's beneficial towards the students and it gives them an opportunity to feel equal and well united with their peers.
You did?
Yeah.
That's why I had some kind of question.
I know.
All right, Michael, what did you think?
I liked it. I couldn't relate that well to it because I was homeschooled, so I couldn't really go through that. But I did have 2 younger sisters who did go to high school, and I did see a lot of how concerned they were with their clothing, and she made a lot of good points that school uniforms would be really beneficial. She projected her voice well, and I felt she had good contact with the audience. She did have some nervous habits like we all do. She bounced her knee a little bit when she was stumbling, but we all have those. But I think it was effective, and she did a good job of summarizing her speech at the end as well.
All right, well, I'm glad that you said that about the summary at the end. I thought that was a good point. In fact, I thought it was pretty well organized from the beginning. I do think that the supporting points, you presented them at the beginning, but they weren't really numerically signposted. I thought that was generally